Ah, do this and money will come. A simple phrase, yet behind it hides one of the most misunderstood truths of life. People chase money as if it were the source of all things: security, power, happiness. But money is not the source, it is the echo. It is the reflection of energy, intention, and alignment. So when I say do this and money will come, I'm not speaking of a trick or a hack or a hustle. I'm speaking of a way of being that magnetizes wealth, not just financial wealth, but the richness of life itself. Let me tell you what this truly means. This is the moment you decide to live with clarity, not confusion. This is when you stop chasing outcomes and start embodying value. This is when your actions are guided by purpose, not desperation. Because the universe does not reward the one who grasps at things. It rewards the one who gives things. Money follows the rhythm of value. If you create meaning, solve problems, bring peace, joy, or beauty into someone else's world, you have already turned the key. The flow will find you, but too often people try to make money directly. They think, if I work more hours, if I sell more products, if I push harder. And yes, sometimes that brings temporary gain, but lasting wealth never comes from effort alone. It comes from alignment. Let me show you what that means. When your work is an extension of your essence, when what you offer carries a piece of your soul, it cannot be ignored. People feel it. They don't buy from you because of your prices. They buy from you because of your presence. They sense your truth. So, the real secret is this. Do not work for money. Work for mastery. Work for meaning. Work for the pure joy of expressing your power and serving life itself. When you live that way, money is no longer a pursuit. It is a byproduct. It begins to flow naturally, like breath. You no longer ask, how can I get more? You begin to ask, how can I give more? And in doing so, become more. That question changes everything. It pulls you out of fear. It silences the voice that says, what if I fail? And replaces it with, what if I rise? Every wealthy soul I've met, truly wealthy, not just rich, lives by this rhythm. They wake with intention. They act from abundance, not lack. They trust that the universe keeps perfect balance. When you give with pure intention, return is inevitable. But there's a condition: you must stay open. Too many people work hard and then block their own flow with doubt. They say they want abundance, but deep down, they believe they don't deserve it. They want money, but they speak of it with resentment. They chase opportunity, yet run from risk. You cannot attract what you secretly reject. You cannot welcome wealth while believing it's corrupt. You cannot live in abundance while repeating stories of scarcity. So, do this and money will come means purify your relationship with value. Align your actions with your higher calling. Give without keeping score. Believe deeply and calmly that your worth is not determined by a number. And when you reach that state, when you act, create, and give from a place of fullness, money becomes your shadow. It follows wherever you go. In the next part, I'll speak of how to open yourself fully to that flow, how to remove the inner resistance that keeps abundance at the door, because abundance is never missing. It is only waiting for you to become the kind of person who can hold it. Money flows to those who are open to receive it, not those who beg for it, not those who chase it, but those who are ready to hold it with calm, steady hands. The flow of wealth is not random. It mirrors the inner state of the soul. When your mind is tense, when your heart is full of fear, when your energy whispers, I am not enough, life listens, and it answers you with the same frequency: scarcity, struggle, delay. But when you rise each morning with quiet certainty, when you look at the world and feel the deep truth that there is enough, that you are enough, the universe bends toward you. It begins to move pieces unseen, to open doors you did not know existed. This is not superstition, it is resonance. Life gives you what you are in harmony with. To open yourself to wealth, you must first dismantle the barriers within. You must look honestly at your beliefs about money. What did you learn as a child? Did you hear that money is hard to earn, that rich people are greedy, that wanting more makes you selfish? Every one of those beliefs is a thread that ties you down. You cannot fly toward abundance while clinging to guilt and shame. So, begin with awareness. When you catch yourself saying, I can't afford this, pause. Replace it with, how can I create the value that brings this into my life? It's a subtle shift, but it changes everything. One sentence closes your mind, the other opens it. Wealth does not come from wishing, it comes from willingness. The willingness to grow, to serve, to take risks, to step into the unknown again and again. You must be willing to be uncomfortable, because comfort is the enemy of creation. The moment you settle, you stop expanding, and when you stop expanding, life stops flowing toward you. Money is a current. It moves. It loves circulation. It is attracted to movement, to initiative, to energy that is alive. If you want more money, move more, not in frantic busyness, but in purposeful creation. Let your mind be a workshop of ideas. Let your hands build what your heart envisions. Money is not the reward for labor. It is the natural result of contribution. But here is the paradox. The more you obsess over money itself, the more it slips away. Because obsession carries fear, and fear signals lack. You must learn the art of detachment, the ability to desire something deeply without being enslaved by it, to say, I want wealth, and mean, I want the freedom to create, to give, to live fully, not, I need money so I can finally feel safe. True wealth is born when safety no longer depends on numbers in an account, but on the peace within your own being. Then money becomes a friend, not a master. It serves you instead of the other way around. Every act of generosity expands your capacity to receive. When you give freely, time, attention, kindness, ideas, you prove to life that you trust the cycle, that you are not afraid of depletion because you understand that everything you send out returns multiplied. But giving is not about sacrifice. It is about faith. Give without bitterness, without the hidden expectation of return, and life will find a way to bless you through unexpected channels. The secret is to act as if you already are abundant, because in truth, you are. Your creativity, your mind, your strength, your empathy, these are currencies far greater than any coin. When you invest them, the universe pays you back in forms you could never predict. Stop asking, what can I get? Start asking, what can I become? Because money does not change who you are, it amplifies it. If you are fearful, money will make you more fearful. If you are generous, it will expand your generosity. The real preparation for wealth is inner mastery, the ability to stay centered, grounded, and kind, no matter how much flows into your hands. You must become the kind of person who can hold abundance without losing your essence. That is why the universe delays wealth for some. It is not punishment, it is preparation. It waits until your character is strong enough to hold power without corruption, success without arrogance, and freedom without forgetting humility. To attract wealth, live as though you already have it, not through reckless spending, but through a consciousness of plenty. Speak the language of abundance. Replace complaints with gratitude. Gratitude is the vibration that calls more into being. When you wake, before you touch your phone, feel gratitude for the roof above you, the breath within you, the possibilities before you. Each act of gratitude raises your frequency, and in that frequency, opportunities appear where there were none. You will begin to notice that people respond differently to you, that ideas come more easily, that synchronicities multiply. That is not coincidence, it is coherence. And remember, money does not respond to intellect alone, it responds to energy. You can plan, analyze, and strategize endlessly. But if your inner state contradicts your plans, they will collapse. You must align your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Think abundance, feel abundance, act abundantly. Take the steps that a wealthy, free, and inspired person would take today. Speak with confidence, walk with purpose, treat your time as sacred. Do not entertain chaos, gossip, or cynicism. They drain the power that magnetizes prosperity. Guard your focus as you would guard treasure, because it is. Wealth is not a destination, it is a rhythm. You dance with it daily, through your choices, your mindset, your habits. You cannot wait until you are rich to think richly. You must think richly to become rich. And richness, my friend, is not only measured in gold, it is measured in peace, in clarity, in the depth of your relationships, in the sense of meaning that fills your days. When you live richly in spirit, material wealth becomes a natural extension of that inner state. So, yes, do this, and money will come. But this is not a single act. It is a way of living. Live with purpose. Create with love. Give without fear. Trust the unseen laws that govern all creation. When your intention is pure and your vibration high, money cannot help but find you. It will flow through your life like a river through fertile ground, nourishing everything it touches, yet never defining who you are. Because who you are is already enough. You are not chasing abundance, you are abundance, waiting to remember itself. There comes a moment when you finally stop asking life for permission. You stop waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect partner, the perfect sign that it's your time. You wake up and realize that your time has been here all along, quietly waiting for you to claim it. That is the turning point. Not when the world changes, but when you do. When you stop being a seeker of fortune and start being a source of it. Because wealth, my friend, is not something you chase. It is something you generate. It grows from the energy you carry, the clarity of your vision, and the courage to move even when you are unsure. People think success begins with strategy, but it begins with vibration. You cannot build an abundant life from a fearful heart. You cannot create freedom while doubting your worth. Life gives you what you believe you deserve, not what you wish for. So, if you want to attract wealth, you must first expand the image of yourself that lives inside your own mind. See yourself as someone capable of handling power with grace, of managing wealth with wisdom, of using money not as a shield against fear, but as a tool for freedom. The person who sees themselves as small will always find a way to shrink every opportunity. The one who sees themselves as vast, limitless, capable, they attract situations that mirror that truth. And so, to invite more, you must become more. Not in the sense of adding layers, but in shedding illusions. Peel away the false humility that says, I don't need much. Peel away the fear of judgment that says, if I succeed, others will resent me. Peel away the doubt that whispers, it's too late. Every time you drop one of these layers, your energy expands. You start to feel lighter, freer, more open, and life notices. Suddenly the phone rings, a message comes, a door opens. And you smile because it feels like magic. But it isn't magic, it's alignment. The outer world simply began to mirror your inner readiness. The path to wealth is not a straight road, it's a spiral. You revisit lessons, you outgrow beliefs, you face tests of faith. Each time you rise higher, life checks if you are ready to hold more. And the test is never about money, it's about your relationship with it. Can you stay generous when times are lean? Can you stay humble when times are good? Can you trust the process when the outcome hides behind uncertainty? Those moments shape your capacity. They build your energetic strength, your spiritual muscle, and only when you've proven to yourself that you can hold abundance without fear of losing it, does abundance settle in your life like a loyal friend who knows you can be trusted. There is also a rhythm to wealth that many ignore. It moves in cycles. Earning, investing, resting, creating. You must learn to honor all of them. There will be seasons when the flow slows down, and that's not failure, it's integration. The soil must rest before it can yield again. So, instead of panicking when things quiet down, learn to listen. Ask, what is this silence teaching me? Often it's preparing you for a greater expansion. But if you fill the silence with anxiety, you interrupt the rhythm. The ones who prosper long-term are those who can stay calm in the pause. They understand that abundance does not disappear, it breathes. Now, let's speak of something deeper. Money is energy, yes, but energy follows love. Love for what you do, love for the people you serve, love for the life you're building. If you create from resentment, if you work just to escape poverty, if you grind without joy, you repel wealth because your vibration contradicts it. But when your work becomes an expression of love, when your product, your art, your service carries sincerity, money feels that. It moves toward love because love is stable, generous, and creative. The richest souls are those who have learned to connect love with labor. They don't see work as punishment. They see it as worship. Every act becomes a form of gratitude. And this is why gratitude is the highest currency. It multiplies everything it touches. When you are grateful for what you already have, you anchor abundance into your present. You stop living in a state of not yet and begin to live in already enough. From that energy, you don't attract money out of desperation. You magnetize it naturally. Gratitude turns survival into expansion. It opens doors that force and strategy alone cannot, because the universe responds not to effort, but to frequency. You can grind endlessly and still struggle if your energy screams scarcity. But one moment of pure gratitude can shift your entire reality. So I ask you now, What if you stopped trying so hard to get and started allowing yourself to receive? Receiving is an art. It means releasing guilt. It means saying thank you without apology. It means believing that the good coming to you is not luck, it's alignment. You've earned it through who you've become. The more gracefully you receive, the more life entrusts to you, because you are showing that you understand the cycle. To receive is to prepare to give again. And when you reach that place, when giving and receiving become one continuous flow, you will see that money is just one form of abundance. Opportunities, ideas, connections, beauty, peace, they all flow through the same channel. Your task is not to chase them, but to keep the channel clear. Keep your heart unblocked. Keep your mind focused. Keep your energy elevated. Then everything you need begins to arrive at its own perfect time, in its own perfect form. So yes, do this, and money will come. But more importantly, do this, and you will come alive. You will feel the power of creation flowing through you, the peace that comes from trust, the joy of knowing you are one with the rhythm of life itself. Because true abundance is not about having more, it is about being more. And when you are more, everything you once chased begins to find its way home to you. There comes a moment when the search ends. Not because you found everything, but because you finally understand that it was never missing. You have been walking through fields of abundance all along. You just hadn't been looking with open eyes. The final secret of wealth is not hidden in the world. It is hidden in your perception. It is the way you look at life, the meaning you assign to each challenge, the calm faith you hold when nothing seems to move. When you reach that point, money, success, and recognition lose their edge. They stop being symbols of worth and become simple tools in the hands of someone who already feels complete. True wealth is quiet. It doesn't need to announce itself. It doesn't need to prove. It radiates through your presence, through your peace, through the way you move through the world with grace. You know who you are, and that knowing becomes your greatest asset. Because once you realize that abundance begins within, the outer world starts to rearrange itself to match your inner truth. Opportunities come not because you chase them, but because you emanate them. You become magnetic. Not in a mystical way, but in a natural way. The way sunlight draws life from the soil. People feel it. They trust you. They want to work with you, to walk beside you, because your energy reminds them of something they too are seeking. The quiet certainty that life is generous. And so, the journey comes full circle. You began wanting money, and now you hold something far greater. You hold understanding. You have seen that wealth was never about possession. It was about awareness. You have learned that to create abundance, you must live abundantly, in your thoughts, in your words, in your actions. You must treat every moment as sacred, every person as valuable, every challenge as an invitation to expand. When you live that way, even the smallest things become treasures. The air feels richer, your work feels deeper, your relationships grow softer and truer. You realize that you no longer need to run after success, because success is already woven into your being. There will still be storms. Life will still test your patience and your faith. But now, you will stand in the middle of those storms with calm eyes and a steady heart. You will know that abundance is not fragile. It is not a mood. It is a law written into the fabric of existence. The rain may fall, the winds may change, but the river of prosperity keeps flowing beneath the surface. And you, if you remain faithful, creative, and kind, will always find your way back to that river. So here, at the end of our path together, I want to remind you, wealth is not the goal. Consciousness is. Freedom is. Love is. Money is only the echo of those things, the physical translation of inner alignment. And when you are aligned, when your heart, your purpose, and your actions move as one, you will never need to chase again. You will simply attract. Walk now into your days with that quiet power. Trust the unseen forces that guide you. Speak words that build, not break. Do your work with devotion, not duty. Give generously, rest peacefully, receive gratefully. You are not here to survive. You are here to create, to inspire, to shine. You are not a seeker of abundance. You are its source. And so, as I leave you with these words, remember this. The flow you seek is already flowing through you. Breathe it in, feel it, let it move you. Do this. And not only will money come, but peace will come, joy will come, love will come. because life always responds to those who are awake enough to live it fully. Go now, my friend. Live richly, live freely, live with heart. The world is waiting for the light only you can give.